how do you find it, like, as like a, you know, around like the kids and teaching and all that kind of stuff? Like, how do you harness that and use it for good for them?
I've always felt, you know, doing your job is always important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to be an educator and kids and impact kids, and but in a way, it's how you do it.
Yeah.
How you show up. How's your relationship? You know, everyone talks about relationships, and no matter what realm of work you do,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to impact somebody with a relationship. Not necessarily how good of an educator I am.
Yeah.
Sure, I might have the most evidence-based instruction method for a kid that retains something, which I never do. That's not my that's not my education. I'm not a career teacher. That's not my background, sports medicine.
Mm-hmm.
But harness that power of building a meaningful relationship with those kids. Sure, people always talk about being the role model for the kid, but just get a relationship with them first. That's what they want.
Yeah.
And eventually, if that's what you want to be as a role model, those kids will grow onto that. But not even just with the kids, but, you know, we work with like so many people that are hurt and go through life. You know, everybody's traumas, they experience it the same themselves. It doesn't matter the type of trauma.
Yeah.
You know, a person feels hurt, they're going to feel hurt either if it's going through a relationship, a divorce, or a death. They're still hurt the same individually. So I think the bombings just made me a very empathetic person, and I'm thankful for the lessons it's taught me up to this point, and just being able to have relationships with kids that hurt, administrators that, you know, are struggling with their job or wanting to transition to another position, or career educators that love what they do versus, you know, the educator that's struggling with education in Oklahoma, because we all know it's not perfect.
Right.
But, you know, we show up and go to work.
Yeah.
Why not be happy doing it?
Yeah, because, like, you know, you more than anyone know that anything can happen. Tomorrow's not guaranteed.
No, not at all.
And it's just trying to get that across to getting it across to kids is probably harder than anyone else, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not easy, and sometimes frustrating, because some of them, you know, have no idea what you've dealt with, what your family's dealt with, what you've had to go through. If they did, they'd understand. Yeah,
and, you know, kids, we all value kids.
Yeah.
I mean, the daycare center and the bombing. I mean, the small chairs in the field.
Yeah.
I mean, it just strikes emotions. And, you know, I show up to work, and there'll be days when I think about, you know, those kids in the daycare, and here I am with kids.
Yeah.
And it's just, sure, I've never dreamt of myself having a career in education with kids, but I look back on, like, my resume of jobs, and it starts in college when I was a school bus driver. Like,
yeah,
I've been around these kids since I've been in school. Like, in a way, I find something with that important.
Yeah.
And I can do that. I can work with kids.
Yeah. That's something that, like I said, you only realize when you reflect. You don't really realize it in the moment or growing up, and then you look back like, whoa, like I actually have had this kind of impact on kids my entire life without realizing it, without kind of intentionally doing it. You've always kind of been there, had some form of support for the kids, control over, you know, where they're going, what they're doing. And then, you know, seen as, I mean, somebody that they look up to, regardless if you're a bus driver or a teacher.
Yeah.
Like, everyone kind of looks up to an older person, whatever stage of their life is, right?